thousands of years ago, they were Apollo, Zeus, Ares. Now they are Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and the other heroes and villains of DC and Marvel Comics. Join us every week as we discuss the legendary stories, characters, concepts, and other parts of comics as we examine the modern pantheon of heroes. Let's get heroic. Welcome to Under Two Capes, the podcast for the comic book fan. Welcome to Under Two Capes. I am Jarrett.
And I'm Lad.
And today we are going to be talking about the Injustice comic series, which is ironic considering the Snyder Cut trailer came out, and we will have an episode of our reactions up on the YouTube channel. And you definitely get a lot of Injustice vibes, particularly from like the nightmare scenes from BVS, because you have Superman basically running a global dictatorship.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, there are definitely some vibes going on with that. Now, Jared, I need you to explain to me what exactly is Injustice, because I have here Justice League, but what is Injustice?
Right.
What is the distinction between that?
All right, so Injustice was actually a video game in the line of Mortal Kombat. It's made by the same people, but it's Mortal Kombat basically with only the DC characters and basically
and the Turtles
and the Turtles and like some other characters that have no business being in a DC game, but that's beyond the point. But it's basically a fighting game. Speaking of which, we the reason why this episode is late is because I had my birthday this weekend and we played Injustice. And I had I was playing my friend Angelo, and he told me he was like fantastic as the Flash. So I watched him cream everyone else. I came up, I'm like, okay, I load up his Wonder Woman. I housed him.
Oh man.
Even he can't beat me as Wonder Woman.
Oh man.
I was practically unstoppable.
Yeah, he's intense, guys. I mean,
I was like,
novice, but
when I was playing it, I'm like, do I want to play as Wonder Woman and risk losing my streak?
Yeah.
Because for those of you that don't know, when I play actual people in Injustice, in other words, all my friends, I have not lost once when I play as Wonder Woman. Lad can tell you this because he's been on the receiving end of my my Amazon lady.
Yeah, I've been handed many times by him. I need to practice more if I want to anyway.
It's because my Wonder Woman is like ridiculously overpowered. I have her stacked.
Yeah. But Jared's an expert in the Injustice series. He's briefed me on a few of the things, and I know some of the general topics, but I'm learning here a bit also. And yeah, you said it's a fighting game, and what's like the general premise? What are we looking at?
The premise is, and I'm going to get into it definitely, is that because there is a comic series that's the prequel, and we're going to start doing that over the next couple of DC episodes because it's like so much. Because we're going to do Injustice 1, all the comics, and then we're going to talk about the game story itself. Then we're going to talk about Injustice 2 comics, and then that story itself. So it's going to be like a lot. The next few DC episodes are going to be Injustice themed.
That's gonna be fun.
Except for when we get closer to the Snyder Cut, because then we'll start doing a lot more of the Justice League / New Gods like episodes to get you guys accumulated with the episode. I mean, with the story of that movie, so you can at least be more familiar with the characters. But anyway, the central premise of Injustice is that Superman's family is killed by the Joker, as well as Metropolis, and how this happens will be revealed when we talk about the comic. And he basically he goes full dictator, as in he takes over the world and says, okay, so since you guys can't handle yourselves, I'm going to do it for you. And then half of it's basically DC Civil War. Half of the superheroes go with him, half go with Batman, because Batman's like, no, you're getting too, because first off, Superman straight up kills the Joker. And Batman's like, you went too far, bro, because you know how Batman apparently doesn't realize
no kill rule, right?
Yeah, I guarantee you, when the people of Gotham found out Superman killed Joker, they're like, "Thank God!"
The taxpayer money going to keep him in the not so secure Arkham
Not so secure
Asylum.
Arkham Asylum. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell is going on there? All right, but anyway, all right. So that's the basic premise, and the comic series takes place over the course of 5 years. That's why you have Injustice Year 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The game takes place around year 5.
Oh, okay, so it's all prequel
Yeah,
so far.
I'm going to start with the actual story of the because there's an ongoing series coming out now called Injustice Year Zero, but I'm starting with the actual ones that were around the time of the comics because not all of Year Zero is out yet, so I can't exactly cover that whole story.
I see. So
Um,
they're kind of like, it's so popular they went back and did more prequel story stuff, eh?
they're still returning to it. They might be doing an Injustice 3 game, which I'm hoping for because I love the Injustice games. They are so much fun,
Yeah,
particularly
cool
when I win
gameplay.
all the time.
Yeah,
That's
and
good.
particularly when I lose all the time, I also enjoy that.
I try and
That's fun.
teach you how to do this, but these guys
It's fun. It's still fun, honestly. Even
it's
though I
still
lose, it's
fun.
a lot of fun. The cutscenes and the gameplay is awesome. I love it.
A fun way to play the game is, and you can do this with however many people you have, is divide the roster up according to how many people you have. Like one person takes half the characters, another person takes half. Play it like an elimination tournament where every time one player loses, they lose the character that lost the match.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
fun.
that's what Logan and I did, and you'll remember Logan from the Halo episode where it got pretty close to the point where we were both down to our last characters. My last being Wonder Woman because I didn't want to lose her.
Hmm.
Thing is, when you have a main character, you have to save that for like the rainiest day.
Yeah, and that was the day.
Although, speaking of Snyder Cut, when you play his Dark Side, his super cannot be evaded. Cannot,
Really?
because it's the Omega beams that like track you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Trust me, we've tried so many different ways to evade it. It's gotten to the point where my friend Tyler, and he's been on the show a couple of times, every time I start that up, he's like, "Oh boy, here we go."
Yep, yep. You know
It's
what it
like, "You're
is.
dead now." All right. So, any other like questions before we get into it?
No, I think that's it. Yeah, no, I'm hyped to learn more about the Injustice group here.
All right. So, lad, can you see this?
Yes, Injustice,
All right.
Gods Among Us,
Number
number
one.
one.
All right, so I'm starting. I remember that this is on DC Infinite. If you guys want to follow along with us, and once again, it's on the YouTube channel. If you guys want to see what we're seeing. All right, so let's get started. So, Injustice Year One, written by Tom Taylor. So it starts off with Batman. He's hanging out in Gotham. He's like, everything is so quiet. This part is taking place during the Superman regime.
Okay, so this is already.
That's why
Uh,
it's so quiet here, because there's no crime or anything, because everyone's too afraid of Superman and his regime people.
hmm.
And once again, by the way, since there are so many comics in the Injustice line, we're gonna get through as many as we can in one episode, and then we'll get through others. We might get through years 1 and 2, but we'll see. Definitely year 1. I think we'll definitely be able to at least go through year 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So moving on, see here are Superman's foot soldiers. Here's the flags and everything. It's very like World War II Germany, and I'm sure that that's what Tom Taylor got inspiration from through historical like readings and stuff.
Oh, this is. I saw that line there. This is a nightmare. On
Yeah.
the last slide.
Oh,
This is
nice.
preservation. This is a
I did
night.
not notice that.
That's nice.
No, that's great. Okay, so 5 years ago. So we have, and this is before everything happened. So everything's the regular DC continuity at this point.
Yeah.
And remember, this is actually out of continuity, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. The general premise of
All
characters,
right.
who they are.
So Superman is sleeping with Lois, and he wakes up, and then he hears a heartbeat, and it turns out Lois Lane is pregnant.
Oh.
So Superman immediately goes through all of this, all these thoughts, like, okay, so we have to move to a bigger place. We have to do this. We have to do this. We have to do this, because the baby's going to be a super baby.
Yeah.
So I love this. To get his attention, Lois throws a book at him. Like, yeah, that works. He's like, "Did you throw a book at me?" And she goes, "You're invulnerable." He goes, I should be able to throw satisfyingly hard objects at you sometimes. I feel like that's the curse of being invulnerable. It's just people can just do whatever they want to you, and then you can't really do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but it's it encourages it. So anyway, Superman's gonna be a father, and Lois Lane gets a call to go follow up on a story at the docks, and she leaves. And Batman is doing what Batman normally does on at a night such as today. And
Yeah.
I love this. Superman's like, "Hey man, what's up? Hey Batman, why are you in Metropolis?" He goes, "I'm on my way to Star Labs. Something sensitive was taken." So Superman's like, "All right, I'll see you up on a tower." So Superman's like, "Listen, man, I got good news." And before he can say it, Batman just says, "Lois is pregnant."
No, what?
In typical Batman fashion, he won't give Superman one moment. And Superman's like, "How did you know?" And then Batman goes, "You're sweating, your pupils are dilated, and your left hand is shaking. You don't usually show any outward signs of stress or fear. The last time I saw you this afraid, you were facing doomsday, and I doubt it's doomsday. And you're grinning like an idiot."
Oh, that's funny.
So you have Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen. They're at the docks again.
Uh-huh.
Something kind of bad happens.
Oh.
Jimmy Olsen is dead,
Oof.
and the Joker kidnaps Lois Lane.
Oh no.
And issue 1 ends there. All right, going on to issue 2. So first off, Superman finds Lois and finds the Joker card. That's how he knows it's the Joker that killed Jimmy.
Oh no.
So then, all right. So a Batman finds out that what was stolen was a sliver of kryptonite.
Oh.
And Superman shows him. He's like, "I can't see Lois. We need help. I can't see Lois." So then he assembles the League. It's like Green Arrow, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, and Flash. I love how Flash is hanging out on the couch eating some potato chips, as Barry Allen is wont to do. He runs, and the whole League assembles, and they go. By the way, that is a dope Batmobile. Look at
Yeah.
that. And then I love this. Flash just grabs Batman and just carries him to where he has to go.
Nice. Oh boy.
So then Wonder Woman has one of the dock workers wrapped up in the lasso of truth, and then he tells her, "Hey, there's a submarine." So anyway, Superman finds it, lifts it up, rips the door open, and then they find. So he finds the Joker and Harley Quinn like performing surgery on Lois.
Uh-oh.
Then suddenly the ring the sub starts to fill with kryptonite gas, and then when Superman opens his eyes further, he sees Doomsday.
What? Is
Now, here's the issue. All right, not everything is as it seems.
I see.
So what Superman does is, in an attempt to get Doomsday out of the Metropolis, he like takes him up into space.
Uh-huh.
So watch. So Lantern shows up with Wonder Woman. They start to interrogate Joker, and then Batman's like, "Wait a second, Scarecrow's fear toxin is in the air."
Oh no.
So what Batman discovers is okay. Now, so what had happened is Joker mixed Scarecrow's fear toxin with kryptonite so it would infiltrate Superman.
Hmm.
So Batman calls Superman. He's like, "Listen, man, you got to hold up. Do not take him into space. It's not what you're saying. It's Lois."
Uh-oh.
So Superman killed Lois Lane.
Oh no.
Yeah, see, she's
Uh-oh.
floating up. She's
That's
floating in
bad.
space.
That's really bad.
Now, here's the other thing. When Joker performed surgery, he rigged a nuclear bomb to Lois's heartbeat.
Oh.
So when her heartbeat stopped, the bomb went off and Metropolis got blown up.
That's really bad. Yikes.
Look at that mushroom cloud.
Man.
So, moving on. Let me get okay. So, so far, Joker has killed Superman's wife, his kid, his unborn kid, and Metropolis.
Yikes. That's rough.
So Batman's like, "Why'd you do that?" And then Joker's like, "I need a reason to do this." So that's the Joker's little thing. He's like, so then they managed to save some people, but but not all of them. So Wonder Woman shows up. He's like Clark, and then it's like he's like, "I killed them." And it's like so Superman hands Lois Lane to Wonder Woman and goes, "I'll be back." So Superman goes after the Joker. So Green Lantern's like, "Hey, listen, man, don't do this. You do not want to. I know what you're a little hot-headed right now. Do not do this."
Yeah.
So Superman grabs Lantern's ring. Before he could hit the ground, obviously he saves Hal because he doesn't want Hal to die. Actually, that's not. I don't think that's Hal. No, that's actually Kyle Rayner. Yeah, it's Kyle Rayner.
I see.
So he saves Kyle Rayner, and then he leaves Kyle. Superman shows up in the Gotham prison, and then lad, check this out. Proceeds to kill the Joker.
Oh no, the Joker! You can't defeat the Joker.
This is what I think they should do in the Snyder Cut: is recreate this moment.
Yikes! Wow.
Because look at that, he punches right through the Joker.
Oof, that's intense.
So at this point, everything starts to like snowball out of control. So it's picking up now. Everyone's reacting to Superman killing the Joker. But what's kind of funny, so they're like, the cops are like, "Okay, we have to apprehend Harley Quinn. Superman may try to kill her too." So Harley Quinn goes up and actually runs into Green Arrow, and they have a battle. So I love this. So Green Arrow captures Harley Quinn in like a net, and he's like dragging her, and she's like, "You suck." And then apparently Green Arrow has his own like Batmobile.
Oh, nice. Is he saving her?
Yeah, he's taking her to a more secure location because the League are kind of shaken by Superman killing the Joker. Because he was one of those people that lived and died by his whole "do not kill" rule.
Yeah. Sounds like he's going a little bit nuts. So then, yikes.
So Arrow takes her to the Arrow Cave.
What? There's an Arrow Cave?
So yeah, that's what Green Arrow calls it. But Harley Quinn's like, "Why don't you call it the Quiver?" And then Green Arrow's like, "That is actually better."
Oh boy.
Then he leaves her there. And so we pick up in chapter 6. Superman's in the Fortress of Solitude reacting from he's paying attention to news footage about what happened. Superman still has the blood from where he punched the Joker.
Yikes.
You can see he hasn't shaved or anything. Superman leaves, and then we get to this Sedia Bialia, which imagine it as pretty much DC Syria.
Oh, okay.
And a bomb's about to hit this kid. Superman shows up, and this is where he starts to like where people start to see him as a savior, and then he goes to the President Bialia and goes, "Okay, you're stopping this genocide." So he does. He leaves him in the middle of Bialia, actually, no, he takes him to the UN and goes, okay, we failed you. We're going to now we're gonna. So actually, first he reveals his secret identity to the world.
Oh man.
He goes, hey, listen, we've sat by and like let this evil perpetrate the world, but we're not doing that anymore.
Yikes.
So then he goes, so basically this is where he starts to sort of to say we're not going to be as passive as we used to.
Yeah. Interesting. How everything's kind of falling into place, eh?
Yeah. So then we pick up in some random Middle Eastern town, and then they fire the missile. Drones fire a missile, and Superman shows up and destroys the drone. And then apparently the president sends SEAL Team 6 to kidnap Superman's parents.
I see.
Because remember, they're starting to see Superman as a threat right now.
Yeah.
And then they burn down the Kent home.
Oh man.
And it's actually, he starts being also what's the word, taunted by Mirror Master as well. It's like, hey, you killed the Joker. That was pretty dark, dude. And once again, I'm going to do this a little fast because it's a long series.
Yeah.
Now we pick up to the Watchtower. We see like Nightwing, Shazam, Raven, Hawkgirl, Hal Jordan Lantern, and the Flash. I love all the character designs for this. And then they're like, okay, so this world would have been destroyed. So people are like, okay, so Wonder Woman is like, I believe in what has been started. I believe we can make a real difference. I believe we cannot just save the world, but change it for the better. I believe in Superman. So in other words, Wonder Woman's on Superman's side, and so is like Cyborg, because he figures, hey, it's Superman. We're gonna go. Follow Superman.
Yeah, but he killed the Joker like in anger and revenge. That's like kind of like a really bad sign that like he's like, you know, his morals and like, you know, he's like not emotionally stable.
Well, here's the thing: is like they're probably acting like, well, he killed the Joker. How many thousands has the Joker killed?
Boy.
So then you have so the League goes after Mirror Master. They go after all of Flash's rogues and like pummel them. Then Wonder Woman and Flash walk into a bar. It's kind of a superhero bar. You find like Cheetah. I think that's Clock King, and then they finally find Mirror Master. And let me see. All right, so what's next? Moving on. Batman breaks into the White House because he's Batman. And he basically tells the president, are you an idiot that you kidnapped Superman's parents? What are you doing, bro?
That's funny.
Yeah, he's like, listen, man, you're just pissed off the most powerful being on the planet who's not exactly thinking clearly right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Superman saves his parents. And then the next chapter.
Oh, man. So these were released monthly before the game came out or after the game came out, or?
Let me check that real quick.
Yeah.
Because that's a good question.
I'm kind of curious.
Because it sounds like it would be before.
Huh.
Let me see. It could have been the game came out and then the series came out. Let me see.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Let me see here. It was the. Hang on. Let me see. Related media. me see.
Because I wonder.
Let me see. Hang on. I'm checking that. It said the series started premiered January 15, 2013, and the game came out April of 2013. So yeah, I guess it was the comic came first.
Okay, so at least a couple of issues came out
Yeah.
before the base game. That's kind of interesting. To kind of like hype up like the game. And I guess you wouldn't know the full story yet because I think probably like only was it monthly or bi-monthly? Maybe like
Yeah.
only 4 or 5
Probably
issues.
monthly.
So, yeah, so maybe
And
just a little bit of taste.
I like how they keep adding on comic series to the Injustice comics. It's like even outside the games, it's its own world now.
Yeah.
Like it's a world in the multiverse.
Hmm.
So we have a Wonder Woman shows up in a Middle Eastern country and like destroys all these jets. She gets shot down by a tank and kind of goes to work. And then we meet Ares, and then
Yeah.
he goes, "Did you just headbutt a tank?" He's like, "Oh, hey, man." He's like, "You're supposed to be an ambassador of peace, but you headbutt tanks." And then she goes, "Well, sometimes peace has to be fought for."
Wait, what? Are
Now,
they friends?
no, this Wonder Woman had kind of a different origin from the one we're used to,
Oh.
and that you'll find that she's a little more brutal, and that's because in her origin, so it's kind of like the Wonder Woman movie in that Steve Trevor crash lands, except this time it's during World War II. He takes her to man's world. They fight World War II, but it's discovered that Steve Trevor was a spy, but for the Nazis.
Oh.
And then Wonder Woman, and then he ends up killing an Amazon. So Wonder Woman kills Steve Trevor.
Yikes. Okay. So yikes. Okay.
So she's not the typical Wonder Woman that we're used to.
Everyone's so dark here. Are they sure they're not from the DC universe?
Good one, bro. That's a good one. All right. So anyway, she flips over a couple of tanks. I love this. The bullets just bounce off her. It has kind of vacillated back and forth in the comics, but whether or not she is actually invulnerable to bullets. But I guess in this universe she is.
Yeah, that's cool.
And he's like, "Drop your weapons, turn and run away." And then she's like, "You are too peaceful." And then he straight up he goes from "You are too peaceful, Diana" to "Will you take Lois Lane's place as Superman's wife?" And then she basically says, "I'll be whatever he needs me to be." And then she's like, "You'll be afraid of this union because if she were to sleep with Superman, it would make the world a little less violent. And Ares thrives on violence."
Yikes. So how come he's not attacking? Oh, now they're fighting. Okay.
Now they're fighting, and then Superman shows up, and and Wonder Woman completely annihilates Ares.
Okay, but Ares is like basically a demon. Okay.
He's a god, so he's fine. I love it. He goes ponies. That's the end of that one. So what do you think so far, lad?
Pretty crazy. It's going by and it's really really interesting setup. It makes sense now because from what I know from the Injustice games, what's happening with all this. But it's cool to see chronologically.
Then we pick up with Damian Wayne and Nightwing. These two are going to have a very important relationship later on in the series. Actually, in this volume. So watch out. So anyway, they have a discussion with Superman, and then Superman goes down and talks to Batman, and he goes, and it's actually kind of funny. Superman goes, "Where were you? My parents were taken, and where were you?" He goes, "I was doing what needed to be done." And then he basically says, "Listen, you have to stop what you're doing. This is not turning out well." It's like, "You're scaring people," and then Superman's like, "Good."
Hey, no one touches the mask.
Yeah, and then Batman and Superman goes, "They should be scared. They should be too scared to press the button. They should be too scared to pull the trigger. They should be too scared to hurt each other. You taught me that, Bruce." And then Batman's like, actually, Superman goes, "You do exactly what I'm doing if you're in my position. If you could do it, I can. And then Batman's like, you killed someone, Clark.
Yeah.
Even though it is the Joker.
Yeah, but
And then Superman actually has an interesting point. He goes, how many people he's like, every time you let him live, how many more people did you condemn to death? He goes, did you ever feel responsible for all the people that you allowed to die because you wouldn't let the Joker get killed? And then but Batman goes, but here's the thing. We don't get to choose who lives and who dies. And Superman's like, one death to save millions of people. And Batman goes, it always starts with one.
Yeah.
That's going to be a key throughout the entire series. So we have we pick up on some whalers, and then we see Aquaman shows up, and he takes down a whaling ship.
Oh man.
The League shows up, and it looks like Aquaman is about to invade the surface world.
Ooh.
Then Wonder Woman shows up. He's like, "You have to stop what you're doing, man." And then he's like, "I know what you and Superman called for, but the oceans do not answer your calls. I am king of the sea, and I will protect the sea." And then Wonder Woman is blasted by a Atlantean soldier who thought that she was threatening Aquaman.
Oh.
And Wonder Woman reacts just as you would expect her to. So the League then go into battle against the Atlanteans. Aquaman straight up grabs Diana and pulls her underwater. And then all of this is happening at the same time as Superman is having an argument with Bruce.
Yep.
And I love this. Batman actually punches Superman.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is Superman asks this point. He's like, wait a second. Your parents died and left you, Bruce. What's your excuse for not being a father?
Yikes.
Yeah, because it's like you have so you're standing here in the dark, ignoring Dick and Damian. How many friends did they have in Metropolis? Because a significant number of the Teen Titans were in Metropolis when the bomb went off. Like Starfire, I think Starfire. I know Beast Boy was in there. Like very few people, very few Teen Titans survived. And then Aquaman actually releases the Kraken.
Okay, I won't say it.
Yeah, the Kraken. Pirates of the Caribbean. So then Superman shows up. So the Kraken is like destroying the League.
Yeah.
And then Arthur shows up. I love this. Superman just plows through one of the Kraken's tentacles.
No.
It's like, nope. And then Aquaman, he basically threatens Aquaman. He's like, hey, dude, back off. Back off. Tell your thing to go away, and we won't have any problems. Otherwise, I may have to take out this thing.
Yeah.
So Aquaman's like, all right, bro, I get it. I'm calling it off. And then the Kraken goes away. And actually, here's the interesting part is Aquaman goes, hey, Superman, whether or not you see it or not, your reign is beginning. In other words, you're becoming a king. And then it's kind of funny. Aquaman basically raises his armies all over the world just as a reminder that, hey, don't mess with us. We're here. Consider it a show of strength. So obviously, also the relationship between the League and Aquaman is not ideal. So then, okay. So what the League does is, so what Green Lantern, Shazam, Wonder Woman, and Superman do, and this should show you how far gone Superman is they lift Atlantis up out of the ocean and put it in the desert.
That's not cool, man.
So basically what'll happen is, so the whole idea is, hey, listen, if you don't back down, Arthur, your people will die.
Didn't like Superman's entire city get destroyed in nuclear reaction? Now he's threatening to wipe out Aquaman's city.
Yeah.
Got it.
He says he'll put his armies back. So, Wonder Woman reports to Superman like, "Hey, listen, man, they're gonna bring back they're gonna retreat." And then Superman's like, "Okay, to tell Shazam and Lantern they can go back ahead and move Metropolis back." And so.
Oh man, you weren't kidding when you said the series was long. Wow.
So what's interesting is that Aquaman tells Wonder Woman, "Hey, tell Clark I'm sorry about his wife." So when Superman goes, did Aquaman have anything else to say? Wonder Woman's like, "No, nothing." So what a common theme throughout Injustice is that Wonder Woman is also subtly manipulating and egging on Superman.
Interesting.
Because remember, she's not as restrained as she normally was.
Yeah. Huh, interesting.
Picks up on the Flash, and he's like, he's running as the Flash would normally do. And he's sort of like, so he's telling the story about how in Australia this superhero showed up, and he wanted to and he wanted to take the superhumans down a peg, but Superman and Wonder Woman kind of let's see, they paralyzed him.
Oof. Yikes.
It's like, yeah, it's really bad. So they say and then they show up in his room, and it turns out this kid was like a big fan of the JL, like the original JL. Like the not murderous JL. And even Flash goes, his idols broke him.
Yikes. Man, I didn't realize how like dark and edgy all this was and like brutal.
Yeah. The Flash is one of the characters that sides with Superman, but kind of has his doubts throughout the entire story. That's it for this issue. This issue was just the Flash reflecting on what happened. So the next one is Batman's. What is that? I'm abandoning him. Oh, okay. Okay. So this is showing. So this is foreshadowing for what happens later in the issue. I think an issue in the series. So anyway, tonight on Gotham 2, where the most polished show Gotham is. So what it shows is that Gotham is in favor of Superman's most recent actions, and
they would, I guess.
Obviously, they're in favor because he killed the Joker.
Yikes!
And look who shows up, Harvey.
Oh.
Harvey shows up. He flips the coin, and then Superman just heats it with his heat vision.
Oh no.
Superman shows up, crushes the gun, and then they take Harvey hostage. And Superman actually he shows up on the news thing. He's like, "That's why he's like, I'm in Gotham today to help you fix your problem." So then this is where Superman basically has the idea of, we're gonna go kill everyone in Arkham. So remember when Batman said it only takes one death, if you take one life, it leads you down this path.
Yeah.
So the Batwing takes off. Damian Wayne is in favor of Superman for obvious reasons, because remember, Damian Wayne was raised by the League of Assassins, so he's meant to be more brutal. So they get to Arkham. It's Superman, Wonder Woman, and Cyborg. And then Batman and Nightwing show up and goes, "Hey, you don't have to do this." And then Robin actually hangs out, sides with Superman and Wonder Woman in wanting to kill all these inmates.
Oh man.
Next issue. He goes, "Hey, listen." So we have Calendar Man, by the way. Yeah, he's a Batman villain.
Yeah.
He goes. So they open the door, and you see. So basically, what they're doing is they're opening all the doors, and let me see what. So they open the door. So the whole idea is I think what they're doing is they're teleporting them to like a more secure location where they can be killed.
Hmm.
Let me see. Hang on. While I'm going to stop this, you shouldn't. Yeah. So the point is that all these guys are disappearing. So Cyborg's about to open the Riddler cell door when all of a sudden he shorts out because it turns out this is playing off the fact that Batman actually planted a virus in Cyborg the minute he met him.
Hmm.
So in other words, this Batman is pretty much the same as the regular Batman.
I see.
So we catch back up in Arkham Asylum. So Green Hour's plan is he was going to bring Harley to Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
And obviously he shows up, and this is not going so well.
Yeah, no.
Harley breaks out in the middle of this situation. And then she breaks out a little hulking person. So Arrow's like, "Hey, listen, guys, why don't we just not why don't we like not not do this? This is a bad idea." So what Harley does is she lets out all of the prisoners, including Solomon Grundy.
Oh, yeah.
And he's basically like a Hulk-like character.
Yeah.
And Solomon Grundy takes Robin. And remember, this is Damian Wayne Robin.
Yeah.
And then so a battle takes. I love how Arrow shoots Riddle like a punching glove arrow.
Oh no.
So Wonder Woman's like, "Release some creature," and she bit. But once again, Grundy like punches her. So what Superman does is he heat visions off Grundy's hand.
Oof.
And then flies right through him.
Oof.
But remember, Grundy's a zombie, so he'll regenerate.
Yeah, that's true.
So what Batman does is he like basically blows off his head, but once again he'll regenerate. It's just a way of slowing it down. Yeah. So this is a pivotal point. So Nightwing is like, "Hey, listen, man, stop being so brutal on these guys. We're not here to kill them. We're here to just incapacitate them." So Robin snaps and goes, "Stop telling me what to do." He throws his little staff at Nightwing. It hits him in the head. Nightwing falls, breaks his neck, and dies.
What?
So Damian Wayne killed Nightwing.
That's kind of anticlimactic. He literally just like fell and died.
Yeah. Well, he fell and his neck hit a rock.
Yikes.
Is even Batman's like, "My son is dead." He always considered Dick Grayson his first son. So this is picking up after the death of Dick Grayson. We pick up with Catwoman. She's doing her regular Catwoman things, and she's picked up by Superman. And Superman basically goes, "Hey, listen, Nightwing is dead. So I think you should go comfort Batman."
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah.
So she breaks into Wayne Manor, goes down to into the Batcave and comforts Batman in only the way Catwoman can. This is them. They're just hanging out, doing their regular stuff. And then apparently, so the president shows up in Gotham, which,
Oh,
when you think about it, that's about the equivalent of him showing up in Syria. And then, so Batman is so the president wants Batman to like figure out a way to stop Superman. Obviously, it's getting pretty because Superman and Lantern have been destroying the U.S. government's communication satellites, and he's been forcefully like, let me put it this way, he he solved the whole Palestine Israeli thing by heat visioning the leaders.
oof, ooh, man. Oh, so
Wonder
they're just
Woman,
taking things by force, aren't they?
yeah, they're repairing. They're basically, yeah, they're taking over. So Batman's like, okay, I'll do it, but I need a team. So they start putting together a team of people that aren't big fans of Superman, like Black Canary.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Static Shock.
Mm.
Here's the team. Apparently, it's made up of Aquaman, apparently, Captain Atom, Batwoman. I think that this is Huntress. Yeah, this is Huntress, Black Canary, and Green Arrow. And their whole idea is
Wait,
okay.
what happened
So
to Catwoman?
and Catwoman, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
So this is like the beginning of the underground resistance against Superman.
I see.
So we pick up with people reacting to what happened with Superman. And so we're in this is taking place in the middle of some fight, and then Black Adam shows up. And so we skip that. So Black Adam like gets like annihilated by the League. And he okay, so what happens is let me see. So what Wonder Woman does is she wraps in the lasso of truth and says, "Say the word that turns you back into normal." But Shazam is like, "Hey, listen, if he turns back, I think he's gonna die." But Wonder Woman's like, "Is there any other way to stop him?" And Shazam is basically like, "No." So he says it, reverts back into the ruler, and then dies.
Yikes.
And then Shazam Batson communes with Shazam and basically goes, let me see, what are they talking about? He's basically saying, who should I side with? Is it really okay to side with Superman? So we pick up with a kind of recap, but then also there's this signal that keeps going out that says, "Hey, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive." It's coming from Metropolis. So Superman goes to Metropolis. I'm trying to get there. And they go into one of these buildings and finds a nuke, one of those anti-nuke bunkers.
Mm-hmm.
Inside of the bunker, they find Lex Luthor,
What?
who is best friends with Superman.
Oh, really?
In this universe, Superman and Lex Luthor are best friends. So this is showing like all the superheroes who kind of died.
Mm.
And once again, okay, so his idea is okay. What this is showing is like Batman. Lex Luthor legit goes, "Hey, listen, man." So she goes, so the whole idea is Lex Luthor wants to join the League, and he goes, "Hey, listen," and Wonder Woman's like, "How do we know we can trust you?" So Lex Luthor just goes, Diana Prince, Hal Jordan, Billy Batson, Barry Allen, Clark Kent. I know all your secret identities, but don't worry, you'll trust me in time. Now I want to join you. That's that. Next, what we have is Hawkgirl is doing Hawkgirl things. Now, what they do is they kidnap Hawkgirl for their little plan, which will be talked about later. So Wonder Woman goes to one of these refugee camps, and so first she kills this one soldier, and then so what they do is so she tells all the bad guys, okay, so drop your guns. They do so. She tells all the women they're abusing, pick up their guns. And then Wonder Woman goes, okay, so Wonder Woman's like, okay, so do whatever you want, people. I'm out. And then the people get killed.
Yikes.
So now it turns out, so Hawkgirl was, so now they know Hawkgirl is taken, and now they know it's Batman behind it. So they go and so okay, so Hawkgirl but all of a sudden Hawkgirl shows up. She's like, "Hey, I'm here."
Oh, problem solved.
You may be wondering, but she's also in the cave at the same time, which may seem odd.
Wait, are we still in year 1 or
still in year 1?
What?
Yep, 22 chapters.
Oh man.
At least I think we're still in year 1. But anyway, I'm pretty sure we're still in year 1. Anyway, they go through. They're still having this debate about the whole thing, about the whole should we be killing people and all that. And then, all right, so hang on. So they go to so we cut to Apocalypse, and then Darkseid is like, "Hey, Superman's is kind of like so can he be killed? Of course not. Who would come after him? Go kill the." So Darkseid tells Calabac, "Go kill the Kryptonian and take the Earth." And turns out the Black Racer has been captured by Darkseid.
As in, like, the Flash character?
Yeah. So Superman shows up and he goes, "Hey, listen, I'm sorry if if I frightened you. We should have spoken sooner. We're not going to kill innocent people. All we're just going after is the bad people. We just want you to be safe." And then the parademons show up.
Well,
and then so the League shows up. And this is the invasion of Apocalypse. And so Calabac's actually pretty scared now because he's like, "Oh boy, what's going on?" So Superman punches Calabac so hard he goes through a plane's wing.
oh man.
Wonder Woman grabs the plane, and then Superman just proceeds to pummel Calabac. And so global, it's a full scale like parademon invasion.
Oh man. What's going on?
So what Superman does is let me see. So what he does is he pisses off Superman to the point where Superman heat visions them and kills them. Well, he basically, let me put it this way. This is Superman if he never held back.
Huh.
So we see is the League is all around the place, just doing what they would normally do. And so Superman actually kills Calabac.
Oh no.
And the whole idea is, okay, so we can't beat them all. So what he does is he flies down full speed, and just incinerates every single parademon. Like every single parademon.
Oh, man.
Now what this does is now all the people are on Superman's side.
Right.
Because he just saved them from a planetary invasion.
Yeah. Didn't even need to call the Avengers.
Convergence. So now what happens is so the team comes together. So Batman's team comes together and he goes, "Hey, listen, he did save lives," and Batman's like, "He slaughtered thousands." But I'm like, "Wait a second, Batman, you tell me you've never killed a parademon?"
Wait a second. Are they? Oh, really? Oh, I mean, I don't they.
I'm like,
I thought they're just
wait a second.
monsters.
Wait a second here. You're telling me you've never killed a parademon? I'm gonna call BS on that. I've seen Justice League, bro. You do kill a parademon. I didn't see the Snyder cut for obvious reasons, but the point is that I've seen many iterations where Batman has killed a parademon. So what happens is there starts to be a religion that rises up around Superman, like to pretty much worship him. So a Batman's team wants to disperse them, but then Superman, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern show up and go, "Hey, listen, they're destroying things." And once again, Batman and Superman are like eyeing each other up, and then they leave.
Man.
Hang on, I need to grab some water. All right, so lads, do you have any questions so far or any thoughts?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's a really crazy development, and it just wow, it keeps going. There's like so much lore built into this. I didn't realize that they built so much lore into the game series. Man, it's really interesting.
Man.
Really really trippy. Man.
I think there's like 5 volumes.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
All right. So what Lex Luthor has come up with is a pill that when you swallow it, it gives you Superman strength and durability. It's Kryptonian like nanotech that like makes you like super powerful. So Superman and Flash get into a chess game where they're talking about for freedom and security, which I love. And it's like, so Superman, here's an example. Superman wants to take away everyone's guns, but Flash is like, you can't just go in there and take them. What you have to do, the only way to make this work is they have to willingly give their guns up. Chances are it won't happen, but still, because otherwise they'll resent us if we just walk in and just take everything. By the way, we're probably going to end up only covering year 1, so just a heads up. So anyway, okay. So anyway, they're still having a chess game, and that pill is what gives everyone basically the durability. That pill is the reason why in the game you could have like Superman go up against like Green Arrow and it's all good.
Okay.
That's the reason why, because otherwise it would just get wiped out. So on the Watchtower, Lex Luthor is giving a presentation on the Kryptonian little nano pill, and he's like, "Hey, it's gonna work. It'll give you all like strength, so we can fight. It's just you can fight on the par with Superman." I love how Flash is having a burger at the time, and then Hawkgirl is like, "What if it fell into the wrong hands?" Superman says, "Don't worry, it won't." So what happens is Batman comes in and he finds Damian Wayne, and they get into kind of a fighting match to the point where actually Damian like injures Alfred, and then injures Batman, and then before the penny can fall, Hawkgirl shows up and catches it. So what happens is that Robin has an idea. He's like, "Wait a second, Hawkgirl is not that strong. Is not strong enough to lift the penny." So he lights up an incendiary, and reveals that Hawkgirl is actually Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
So Damian escapes, and he's gonna go tell. So he tells everyone that Hawkgirl was Martian Manhunter the whole time. So what Superman does is he starts broadcasting a channel. So Batman is going to reveal to Superman. I mean, Superman's going to reveal Batman's secret identity to everyone, the world. So Batman shuts down like all the satellites because he can do that.
What? Oh, wait a second. That's so trippy.
No, actually, no. He does. He shuts down the Watchtower.
Oh, okay.
They can't broadcast. But what Superman does is he tweets it. Apparently, Superman has his own Twitter.
Batman is Bruce Wayne. That's really funny.
So good.
Wait a second. So Batman had this whole protocol set up just in case of something to shut down the whole Watchtower, which is funny that he they're like Batman is boom, and then he like cuts him out, and then Superman just tweets about it instead.
Yeah. And then everyone starts liking and retweeting. So what Superman does is, so the Watchtower won't crash. He and Wonder Woman just push it down onto solid land. So next.
So what happens now that Bruce Wayne's identity is revealed?
Well, it's harder. So what we're seeing now is a little preview of the future where Wonder Woman's like, "Do it, burn me." So you're wondering what is going on there. So so the League show up to this little cave, and they find Batman, and he goes, "Hey, listen, you took my life." And so he's like, "I'm not holding Hawk." So they go, "Where's Hawkgirl?" And he goes, "Well, I'm not holding her." So what happens is Hawkgirl shows back up at the Watchtower, and he goes, "Hey guys, I'm here." So then their whole idea is, okay, so wait a second. So let me see. Okay. So Flash goes, "You can't walk away from us, Bruce." And then Batman's like, "No, I suppose I can." So Batman flies away.
How? What?
So everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, it's Martian Manhunter."
Oh, okay.
So Manhunter shows up and beats up Lantern. And then here's the thing. Martian Manhunter goes, "You don't think I want... Listen, I understand what you're going against. I understand what you're going through, because remember, I lost my own family. But I'm not going... I know what it's like to feel helpless." So what Wonder Woman does is she goes, get away from him." So what Martian Manhunter does is he goes inside Wonder Woman.
Oh, so
and
they're like mind control, showing her mind or something?
No, he actually goes inside of her.
Oh man.
Look at the picture.
Oh man, yuck.
So what he goes like, "I could kill you. I could cut off oxygen from the brain." So what Wonder Woman says to Superman is, "This is the only way. Burn me." So Superman heat visions Diana to the point where Martian Manhunter is burned alive and is killed. So now Martian Manhunter is dead. This is showing in the past, just Superman. This is the good old days. Superman helping this kid, just being his regular Superman, which you'd expect. And it turns out this is the kid who Superman paralyzed. So next. So once again, so Batman calls the president, goes, "Hey, listen, sir, I need a distraction." And then the president goes, how large of an extraction?" And then we don't necessarily hear what Batman tells the president. So what they discover is, okay, so first off, they go into a bathroom, and so Green Arrow and Black Canary go in there, and then it turns out it's a secret entrance to their team cave.
Batman always has.
He always has a secret entrance. So their plan is so first they find out that Superman and Lex Luthor are creating a super pill that would make them all pretty much like Superman, except minus flight and everything, but it'd make them virtually invulnerable. So they decide we have to go fight this. So what the president does is he sends in all these military troops toward Korea. In other words, because he knows he's going to draw out Superman. So their plan is we're going to go to the Fortress of Solitude, and we're approaching the end of year 1. So we're going to go to the Fortress of Solitude and steal one of those pills so we can reverse engineer it. So, so the team splits up, and then back here, Superman's like, "Hey, Mr. President, you might want to get your guys out." By the way, look at the keyhole for the Fortress of Solitude.
Man.
And Catwoman's already there, and she and Captain Atom open the door, and the president. So Superman finds is alerted to what's going on in the Watchtower, but then Batman's like, "Oh no!" They walk in and they find that Superman's parents. And then the reason why Batman was like, "Oh no," is like, "Oh boy, it doesn't matter whatever distraction I sent, he's gonna come for his parents." So with Captain Atom, and then it's like, so Batman's like, he's coming, and then he turns and Superman already has Captain Atom by the throat.
Yeah.
Picking up next. Wait, this is chapter 32.
Oh man.
So picking up, so this starts a big battle, and so Captain Atom and Superman go at it. Remember, Captain Atom is made of energy that's contained in a suit. So Captain Atom is about to deliver the knockout blow to Superman when Wonder Woman shows up and pierces his suit. So what Atom does is he grabs Superman, flies up into space. So if he explodes, it's not going to kill him. And then what Superman does is he heat visions Atom at the same time, and the explosion like messes up Wonder Woman. She's still alive, but it completely like messes her up.
Mm-hmm.
So he wakes up, he sees Wonder Woman, she's badly damaged. So Cyborg it tells the Flash, "Okay, go pick up Diana." So Superman shows up and sees Green Arrow there. He's like, get away from my parents. So Green Arrow's plan is, okay, so I'm gonna go grab one of those pills so if I need to fight you, I can do it. Superman destroys the pill, and so he shoots Superman with an arrow that bounces off of Superman and hits Pa Kent. So you can imagine this is not going well for Green Arrow.
Oh boy. How is he not dead?
So it's Superman. So what Green Arrow, he's dying. So what Green Arrow does is he takes, because remember, they originally came to the Fortress of Solitude for the pill. So what Green Arrow does is he takes one of those pills, ties it to an arrow, and shoots it out of the Fortress of Solitude. So then they find the arrow, and then they're like, so then so Batman's team knows to this point that that Green Arrow is not coming back, to the point where Superman kills Green Arrow.
Oh man.
Like pummels him with his full strength.
Oh man. That's intense.
And then so Batman goes back to the Batcave. But Catwoman's like, "Listen, the cave is the first place they'll go to for you." And he's like, "I know." So what happens is, and then Superman's also visited by the consciousness of Jor-El, because remember, the Fortress of Solitude has like his consciousness stored. So he's like, "Hey, listen, kid, you've killed people." He's like, "There's always a choice. You can always choose not to kill someone. You've kind of gone over the deep end. Now remember, and then Catwoman here, she doesn't want Batman to go to the cave because he figures at this point Superman's just going to kill Batman.
Hmm.
So once again, so Batman kisses Catwoman and knocks her out, and then says, "Okay, so take her." And then he goes to the Fortress of Solitude. I mean, he goes to the Batcave, and Superman goes after him. And then Jor-El actually says, "I'm sorry, I unleashed this on your world." So at this point, they're all of Superman's parents are realizing he's beyond saving.
Oh man.
So now this should be the end. So what happens is next, Batman is trying to like figure out what makes the pill tick so he can duplicate it. So at the same time as it's being processed, Superman. So a strange voice shows up and goes, "Hey, Superman's coming for you. Leave now." And then Superman shows up, and he goes, so Batman's like, "So let me get this straight. You killed Green Arrow." So he goes, "Go on and justify Oliver's death. I'll call Dinah and tell her why he had to die for the greater good." So Batman pulls off full Batman and disappears. But at the same time, he plays the wedding video of Clark and Lois, like he's playing mind games with
Hmm.
Clark. He goes, "Hey, you failed to protect her." And he goes, so what Superman does so what Batman says is Superman's like, "I failed Lois, you failed everyone." But Superman's like, "I'm doing this for Lois." And then Batman's like, "No, you stopped doing this for Lois the moment she died. You lost your connection to us. You lost your humanity when you lost them." So what Batman does is he drops a sonic like device, jumps down, tries to grab a pill. Superman grabs him and then proceeds to bane him.
Oh no.
So he cracks Batman's back. Should be at the end soon. Okay. And then what happens is so what ba- all Batman is trying to do is distract Clark so he could transmit the data on the pill. Now, Superman starts torturing Batman, and then Batman's like, "I want you to remember this moment when you had to resort to torture for the quote unquote greater good." And then
Yeah.
even Superman's like, I didn't mean to. And then Batman's like, "No, of course you didn't. No one ever means to do this." And then so Alfred has taken the pill. He took the Superman pill and like completely beats up Superman.
Alfred.
Alfred. And Batman evacuates Alfred, and then at the UN, Superman's like, "Okay, so we're taking over now," and it's the end of year one.
Oh man.
So, what do you think of year one, lad?
That was trippy. It was wow. That was a lot. I can't believe that was like 1 year. That was 36 issues. That's insane. That was
Oh, it
really
gets
interesting.
it gets him more intense, bro. Trust me.
That was really crazy. There was a lot of stuff happening there, but it was really interesting. What do you think?
It's dope. I've always loved the injustice stuff. You definitely get a lot of those vibes from Zack Snyder's movies.
Hmm.
But I've always felt Injustice was probably one of the best little DC stories they've ever done. Like, and I like how they made a whole little world around it, so it's not like you're stuck. It's not like Injustice is like it's not like the games, and so all of a sudden you can't have any more Injustice content.
Yeah. No,
I
that's
mean,
really
they even straight up have the action figures for each of the characters.
that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, I know it's super dope. So any other thoughts, lad?
No, yeah, no, it's just really crazy, interesting stuff. Yeah, awesome.
I thought you were. Yeah, I'm glad we're going through the story. So what we'll do is we'll try and go through each episode. We'll go through at least one of the years,
Mm-hmm.
and then hopefully we'll be done with this soon, so we can get back to our regular DC content. But likely not. Likely we're gonna be here for a while trying to do this.
Oh man.
But all right, so hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Be on the lookout for also we'll be put. So this will be going on the YouTube channel probably tonight, and then also will be going up tonight is the Snyder Cut reaction video that Lad and I did.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be doing a lot of that stuff, and then next week I think is another DC episode. So we'll be doing Injustice Year 2. And probably reacting to whatever Zack Snyder sends our way. We'll see what happens with that. And that's about it, unless you have anything else you want to add, Lad.
No, I think that's just about it. Yeah, no.
All right, everyone. Have a good week. Stay heroic.